Pose Tool 3D just came out with a major update, and they've added some really great features. They've added facial expressions. There's a section of some preset poses. You can also export your scene as an OBJ file and take it on into Blender or any other app you want. You can scale figures, and also there's a PC and a Mac version for the desktop, and you can export a JSON file and take it over and work on it on your computer. There's also a reset pose button. So yeah, let's just dive in and show you these features. So the facial expressions, before you do the facial expressions, go ahead and zoom in and scoot your character kind of close to this, because the interface is going to be taking up most of this room, and it's right over here on the side, face pose. And you can open the mouth, stick out the tongue, you can close the eyes. Individually, you can raise the eyebrows, and then there are these expressions. This is anger, there's a smile. Like, it's kind of woohoo. It's kind of weird, you know, but rage, let me kind of move it a little bit so you can see surprise, fear. And you can do combinations of these. This is disgust, sadness, contempt. Anyway, those are nice, and so you can do. There's some anger, and you can add. I don't know why you would, but you can combine these to get some effects that you want. Anyway, facial expressions, that's a really cool new feature. Oh, like and subscribe if you haven't already. Yeah. It helps YouTube recommend my videos to more people. There's a new pose section, and it is they've put it under add inventory. So it used to be you could put things in the right, left hand, on the back, and hats and things, but here are some poses. So they've got a limited selection there. They're going to be adding more later. You can use it as a starting point. If you've got something in mind, this will get you kind of close. There are a lot of action poses. And it puts them up in the air, so you're going to have to scoot that character back down to the ground. And as I said, you can export the pose to export here, export OBJ, and take it over to Blender. Any 3D app that supports OBJ. The export is successful. And you can scale the figure. They've added a new bar over here. And let's add a second figure so you can see the comparison. Now, keep in mind that just shrinking a character doesn't give you children. So, but if you do want a giant, you know, you can make the other characters a little smaller, I suppose. So, that's a cool feature. And let's scoot him back to the ground. It scales from the center. They export as a JSON file. So here you save it like you're going to be saving. These are all the slots. You can pick an empty slot, or you can choose export the scene as a JSON file. You can just choose that right there, and it tells you that it's in that format. So also the reset button, and this is interesting. Okay, let's get rid of this character. Figure 2 options. I don't want a figure 2. I want figure 1. And let's reset the pose. Reset the figure position, full figure, everything. So now we're back to the beginning. So the reset button, this is a couple of ways to reset the figure. Let's say that you have gone in and let's say you've reset the character and you made some modifications. You've taken the arm, you've moved it, and let's rotate. Whoop, let's say you've made some adjustments to this arm. You've messed things up. Let's say you take the hand and you rotate it. So you can, Pose Tool doesn't have a stop. Like if you're, we can't bend our arms backwards or you know, we've got limits. Pose Tool doesn't have limits. So you can do any kind of strange, you know, you can move the hand way out beyond where it could go. And you can also twist it and just keep twisting. So if you find out that you've been messing around with your character and you've got him all, you can't figure out how to undo it or fix it, you can reset. There's a little reset button, but it has to be on. We were messing around with the hand, and if you hit reset, it puts the hand back where it goes, and now you go back up to the next joint and say, well, let's reset that. And it resets it to the default position for that particular element. If you click the shoulder and say reset, it will just, pretty soon, if you just kept doing that, you're going to get the basic T character. But what if you wanted all of it back in the T? You don't want to sit there and do all that. There's a main reset for the whole figure, and it is over here, where you just say, well, I want to reset the pose. And maybe it's just the hip rotation that got messed up, or he's stuck over here too far. You can say the figure position, it'll bring it back to the center of the screen. And if you want to just, look, I just want to start over, there's your reset. So you've got a couple of places to do the reset. These are some really great features that they've added. I'm excited to experiment with them. That's it for these major updates for this version. If you liked the video, like and subscribe, and hey, thanks for watching.